Alright, doing something a little bit different today. As you see on the screen, you'll be like, what? You've been doing movie reviews and stuff like that. Well, if you know more on the channel, I used to do buttered wrestling as well. But I haven't done any for a long time. Since WrestleMania's come up, I just thought maybe do some predictions. And then I'm getting a few comments saying, where's the wrestling? So, yeah. So, I'm going to have fun predicting this. I know SmackDown is on tonight. I don't think I'll cover SmackDown, I'm not sure if I'm going to cover any WrestleMania because by the timestamp, I don't know if it's on 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. UK time. So, by the time that finishes, I'm going to need my rest, do my personal stuff, and then, so I'm going to do some predictions, as you know. So, on paper, I think this is underwhelming compared to last year at WrestleMania 39. I really think so. In one way. So, but anyway, let me get into the predictions and we go from there. So this is the predictions. So, starting from the bottom, Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee against Santos Escobar, if I'm saying that right, and Dominic Mysterio. I don't know why we're having this match. I would rather have Rey Mysterio and Dominic career and hair match. Korea faces Leave Judgment Day. I would rather just have that. This should be really not on the main event card. It is. I'm going to go with Dominic Mysterio and Escobar because it's his first WrestleMania, I think. And I think he needs to win, in style. But it's like I said, the Judgment Day have had the flukes as well. So if they win, they might get a little bit jealous. Next one on the list is Bianca Belair, Naomi, Jade versus Damage Control. I'm actually going to go with Damage Control on this. I know this might be a huge, wild twist, but hear me out here. I think Naomi turns heel and attacks Bianca Belair, and Jade's just standing there, confused, and doesn't know what to do, and then she ends up leaving too. I think this is what's going to happen. Naomi, I'll explain in the other categories on why I think that's going to be a main factor at WrestleMania that no one's talking about. If you look backstage, you can see yourself. You can see yourself what's going to happen. Naomi's lost matches. Her song has just got shitty. Now, the glow thing is and it's funny that she came out saying she loves WWE and all this, and she's glad to be back, and it makes me think that they're gonna do a main role with her for being relevant at this point, So, I think Damage Control win that. Okay, I'm getting out of breath. 6-pack ladder match for the Tag Team Championships. This is going to be match of the night, no question about it. This is going to be chaos. It's going to be chaos, to say the least. I kind of want to go with the new Catch Republic, if I'm saying that right, Pete Dunne, because what they did at Elimination Chamber against Judgment Day was absolutely fantastic. I loved what they did, and I think they deserved the win. So many close falls they did, but I think it's the heart and warmth, and I think Miz and Truth are going to be champions because Truth, look where he is now. Like, so, look where Miz is. I think they're nearly at the end of their career. I mean, I don't get me wrong with Miz, like, so, but he's a good champion when he's a champion. I think it was just how WWE booked him. You know what I mean? So, being tag team champion and in R-Truth, a lovable, laughable, joyable person, it is. It would be funny how shenanigans go and he'll end up grabbing the tag titles. It is. I think that's how it's gonna go. Like, there's gonna be a squabble at the top, and the tag titles is gonna drop, and R-Truth's gonna scoop them up. I really think that's how it's gonna go. And he's gonna roll out the ring and need tag team champions. I really think that's how it's gonna go. But it's going to be an insane match. Guaranteed. Okay. The next one, I think Jay Uso against Jimmy Uso. People have wanted this. They wanted this because he said that in an interview that they want to fight each other. And I think it's going to be a mid. I think it's going to be good at parts until Naomi comes out. She comes out and helps Jimmy to win. I really think that's how it's going to help Jimmy to win. I think Jay, in my heart, is going to win this WrestleMania to have his moment of the heat. But at the same time, Jimmy needs momentum. He's got nothing. You know, every time this promo with The Rock and everything, you just see Jimmy's side face. You know, and this is the guy that turned heel, turned face, turned heel again. Then he's pretty good on the mic. You know, you don't see him very much, you know. And I think this will be a twist. And why Naomi helped Jimmy, why Naomi, you know, it is. Yeah, at the end of the day, because after all, you know why. You know, situation. But if it's nothing like that, I would say Jay will win it. Unless Sakura comes in. Because I feel like Sakura will take a part as well, maybe. Down the line, Simone Spike, like so. But I think if not, Jay will win. Because he needs momentum too. Because he's called Main Event Jay also. So, both really need the win. It's just going to be a twisted finish. It is. It is. Okay, next match. The Intercontinental Championship. Gunther faces Sami Zayn. Now, people wanted Sami Zayn to win, but at the same time, they didn't want to. They wanted Chad Gable. If you saw Raw, how Chad Gable got annihilated, that's telling you right there, Chad Gable is not getting a chance. So the only way to go about it, to me, Gunther's gonna drop the title. But I kind of don't want him to drop the title because as much as him as a heel, he's really defended it on the clean premises. Like, not really cheating or anything. He's just dominated, you know, when he has in the ring, you know. But I think he needs a bigger championships as well. So, I'm going to go with Sami Zayn with this. Or Chad's going to turn on Sami at WrestleMania. Or Sami's going to win and Chad's going to turn the next Monday night. Something like that. I think something like that down the line, you know. Women's World Championship. Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch. Oh boy. This one isn't really on the big cards for me. Really, it isn't. It really isn't. It really fucking isn't. I'm gonna go with Rhea Ripley to defend. Becky Lynch has got like 2 months on a contract, isn't it? And I feel like Rhea Ripley is a very, very good champion. It's just the opponents are being a bit lackluster to me. With Becky winning it, where does she go with it? Where does she go with it? Like, you know what I mean? You have to look at it that way. Do you know what I mean? So that match, I'll watch it, but it's kind of a scale of a 50-50 to me. You know. Like so. Unless she loses the title and then frustrates because Judgment Day loses the tag titles, and then Damian Priest, which I'll get to as well. But, yeah. Right. I'm getting out of breath, guys. Main event night 1, which shouldn't be main event night 1. The Rock, Roman Reigns faces Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. None of these should be pinned. None of them. So I don't know if it's going to be a DQ. Maybe. You can. Because one, Cody, he can't lose. I mean, he's already been pinned by Drew McIntyre, so, you know, that might be a case here. You know, with The Rock, or with Roman pinning him to show him on night 2. However, I don't care what anybody says, Seth Rollins shouldn't be shitted on. The championship he's holding, he made it relevant. Yes, it's not the prestigious one. Yes, it's not the actual, you know, but they've made Seth and his championship a piece of shit. You know, in all this run, and I don't think they should have, you know. I don't think he should be taking any falls. But if he does take a fall, it has to do with Drew McIntyre interfering. That's all I can say. You know, this could go a lot of ways. It could go a lot of ways. It can. But I'm gonna go with the Bloodline because you're gonna need to make the main event more entertaining. It's fucking obvious. It's obviously they're gonna do that. Bloodline rules where everything goes. They're gonna make it more entertaining for people, because if they don't, and Cody and Seth wins, you're gonna say, well, it's a standing match. Like, Bloodline rules, you don't know what's gonna happen, you know? So I think the Bloodline will win this, but I don't think any of them should be pinned. I mean, Dwayne could take a pin, but as well. But that's why I think it'll be a countdown. I really feel, you know. I know that it'll be a bad result, but at the same time it'll be a good one because none of them are fucking pinned. I mean, if the least one should be pinned is Dwayne, The Rock. Really? Like, seriously. That's the least person. But no, he's making probably the most money. You know. So, he's even the board of directors as well. So, to me, that's it's a kind of unpredictable one. But at the same time it is. So, I'm going to go with Bloodline. I think there's going to be a screw over, and the damage is going to be done. So, night 2, the night that will probably change a lot when it comes to wrestling and fans. So, starting from bottom to top, I don't know why they've gone this route, but, you know, Bobby Lashley and Street, but honestly, this should be on the pre-show. I don't know why this is on the main show. I'm guessing they just want everybody on, and because it's supposed to be extra large, you know, and I think this should have been on the pre-show. Like, I'm not really interested. This is what I'm saying. But you know what? It might be the best match of the night. We don't know this stuff. I don't think it'll be the best match of the night, but I'm going to go probably Bobby Lashley, because they've always been destroyed. But Karrion Kross, it was supposed to be getting a push, so I don't know about that, as well. Maybe he be in line for the championship if Cody Rhodes wins. Next match is LA Knight and AJ Styles. I still think LA Knight should have been facing Logan Paul, with everything what went on back before Money in the Bank, and then after Money in the Bank. It is, but I think they needed to fit AJ Styles in this show. I love AJ Styles. I love his work. He is fantastic, and he's fantastic for his age. But I think LA Knight needs this win for momentum. I think that's the way that's going to go. Hopefully it's going to go that way, because AJ Styles hasn't really got nothing to prove, not much anymore. Where LA Knight, he's getting on, and with the losses he's had and stuff like that, and he can go into momentum, because, I think the next match tells the story too. The United States Championship Triple Threat, Logan Paul, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens. I still think there should be Randy Orton and Logan Paul and a singles match. But, hey, you have to fit Kevin Owens somewhere, because last year he was in the main event at night 1, wasn't he? So, this one, I'm going to go with Logan Paul. I think he's going to have his moment at WrestleMania and he's finally win, because I think Randy is going to do something, and then Logan Paul's going to steal that win, and pin Kevin Owens, because I don't think he's really pinned Kevin Owens. I really don't think. And what happened, was it the Royal Rumble or something like that? Yeah, with Kevin Owens and Logan Paul, it would make sense. And then after the night after, LA Knight could go after Logan Paul, saying he won his match with AJ Styles. Because if you think about with the Elimination Chamber, as well, what was going on. Do you know what I mean? So, I think that will be a thing as well. Io Sky and Bayley. I still think Bayley and Io Sky should be main event night 1. She won the Royal Rumble, I think it was one of the best Royal Rumbles we had in a long time. Really. And the way she won, and then the turn on Damage Control with her. I feel like Bayley's going to have a special entrance with this, which I am glad. Maybe, hopefully, the hugger, just for the one-time sake, because, like I said, before everybody turned on that, it was a big thing in WWE as well. So maybe the one-time thing at WrestleMania, she might be the hugger. Or she might just come out with a special entrance. But my heart says Bayley, but my head says Io Sky. Io Sky's title reign seems... it's been a bit iffy. It's been a iffy, but somehow being built into good. This is a tough one. This is probably one of the tough ones. As much as I want Bayley to win, I feel like Damage Control, Io Sky's gonna retain, because what happened with Jade, with Damage Control, on the SmackDown, I think it's going to be one of those things. So I think Io Sky is going to just retain, and maybe Jade might come out, or maybe Jade might be just in line wanting that championship from Io Sky, and then there'll be a rivalry then, it is. But therefore, and then Jade might actually, win the title. I know people won't like that, but at the end of the day, I think that's the way it's gonna go. If Bailey actually wins, Jay might turn heel. I don't know. I don't know. So it's 50-50 to me. World Heavyweight Championship, Rollins and Drew McIntyre. I love Drew McIntyre's work lately. I've always liked him. I wanted him to win at Clash at the Castle. 110%. And as a UK guy, you probably understand. Seth Rollins, I think he's really peak. I think this is his best performance because he's the laughable Joker, the way he dresses. And what he's done with the championship, I think is really good. People are shitting on this championship, which kind of pisses me off. As much as I'm in a defense with Seth Rollins, he's really done something with that championship. And for The Rock and everybody to shit on it because it's not the important title, I get the Intercontinental Championship's more relevant, of course, I just hate this narrative of, because it's supposed to be the World Heavyweight Championship. And yes, the Intercontinental Championship, it feels like the main title. But it just depends how he's being booked for it. And with him defending it, and then people turning on Seth saying, he should lose it, I never was the big fan of Seth, but now I am. So, I think Drew needs it more than Seth. I don't think Damian Priest is going to cash in on it. I really don't think so. I know CM Punk is going to be, announcing it and stuff like that. So he's going to interfere with one of them. And I think he's going to interfere with Drew McIntyre because Drew McIntyre has shit on CM Punk. He made a shirt and everything so bad. And I think they're going to be up for a rivalry as well. And then with CM Punk can't come back yet, maybe Drew McIntyre's going to come on Raw. So pissed because he was screwed over. And then he'll be blaming Punk just like he's blaming everybody else. Because obviously the heel tactic way. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. I think as much as I love Drew McIntyre, I don't think he's going to be the new champion due to the fact of CM Punk. If CM Punk was a referee, he would be stealing all the show. I'm sorry. He'd be stealing all the show. That's my fault. That's why, I'm glad he's just an announcer, but I feel like he's going to take part in it somehow. Maybe a distraction or something down the line. And then maybe Seth's just going to eye like CM Punk. And maybe next year, WrestleMania, we're going to get CM Punk and Seth Rollins. And that's when, CM Punk is going to, I think CM Punk will win the Royal Rumble next year. I really think he'll win the Royal Rumble next year. And challenge Seth Rollins. I think, Seth Rollins is going to keep the title for a long time still. Because his reign, if you notice when he comes out, it's got numbers now, like Roman Reigns. So I kind of have a theory that they're going to keep the title on him, if that makes sense. Don't get me wrong, I don't shit on Drew McIntyre because he needs this championship as well. Who knows, he might just give him it and then there's a rivalry, shots at CM Punk. But I feel like with not having Seth Rollins and Punk this year, due to the fact next year might be better for Punk to win the Royal Rumble, because he's never really won a Royal Rumble, has he? Who knows? Drew McIntyre won't win it and retain until CM Punk actually comes back. It could go both ways on this. It could go both ways on this too, You have to see, because this might play a related line in the main event as well, which I'm going to get into now. Probably the history maker of this. The WWE Undisputed Universal Championship, Roman Reigns against Cody Rhodes. This is a big match. The build-up is just been horrendous, I think, because Cody and Seth haven't really had a chance to get in, or even Cody, that matter, the main, part of Cody, because and they changed it due to the fact, because it was going to be The Rock and Roman Reigns, gonna be one of those things, like, I don't think Seth is gonna turn on Cody. I don't think. Unless he loses the title, that's the only way I feel about it. There could be so fucking much going on in this, but with bloodline rules, which I think, like I said, the first night, because when I've just seen SmackDown, the babyfaces had the last stand, and when they do, I know for a fact that down the line they lose, So I think they're gonna lose the first night. There's gonna be bloodline lose, and it's gonna get absolutely chaos. So I'm gonna try and predict what's gonna happen as well. I think we're gonna just have utter chaos that The Rock's gonna manipulate his way, changing so much. I think Cody's gonna be busted open bad. Again, I think they're gonna go with that route. The way The Rock is going on is absolutely insane. I think it's gonna be absolutely chaos and carnage. As well. I think in my head that Cody's not going to win, but in my heart, he's going to win. Let me explain why. Because with the finishing the story, promoting the video game and stuff like that, I feel like this is the end of the road. This is the end of the road of the bloodline. This is the end game. This is the final boss as well with The Rock. So this is how it's gonna go down. I think a battered and bleeding Cody Rhodes, barely standing and everything, and this is when everybody gets involved. They said about Stone Cold and John Cena coming back. Maybe that's the case. Maybe that's the case. John Cena attacks Sokoa. Because obviously what happened, with their match, I think Stone Cold's music's gonna hit. He's just gonna charge to the ring and stun The Rock, in style. And then Roman's gonna look around, gonna be scared of where everybody is because he's down, he's knocked out and everything, and realizing so. I think it's going to go the familiar same way, the second option, because honestly, it's going to be carnage all out the ring, no question about it. I think it's going to go the familiar way, yeah, it's all chaos. Stone Cold comes out, stunners The Rock, John Cena attacking Sokoa to stop him, Jay stopping Jimmy, and when Roman realizes that everybody is being taken out and there's all carnage, maybe announce table broken, it is, he realizes he's alone. Cody Rhodes, battered and bleeding, barely gets up from the rope, and Roman Reigns puts him in the submission hold because he's that angry of what he'd done to the bloodline. Desperate measures, puts him in a submission hold, thinking that Cody is going to pass out, and all of a sudden Cody comes around. There's a new referee, because the referee gets knocked out as well. And then all of a sudden, I think, I'm trying to think about how can this be put out. Cody gets out of it with power, somehow having the power to do that. As well, both of them are on the ground. Both of them are actually on the ground. All of a sudden, like so, Roman realizes everybody's knocked out. Jimmy tries to come in, but Jay comes in, as well, attacking, and they brawling outside, and they down and out, because Sikoa attacks them, Jay from SmackDown, and then it's just Cody Rhodes, a bloody Cody Rhodes itself. Seth Rollins comes in, I think, he might accidentally hit Cody with a chair shot, maybe. And then Roman's going to spear Seth and then try to take the pin. Cody gets out of it, just manages to get out of it. And then all of a sudden, Roman goes for another spear on Cody, gets it, and then all of a sudden you think, and then Cody barely puts the shoulder up, but he looks out for the count. Like so. Cody fights back, goes for those triple crossroads, then all of a sudden someone outside with a black hoodie, you don't recognize them, interferes and low blows Cody Rhodes. And realizing the fact that when you take the hoodie down, it's Naomi, like so, who just turned heel the first night. Roman Reigns gets another spear and then retains. And that's how the Impact, the Cody Rhodes story ends, but another heel member comes by in the bloodline as well. That's one way I can look at it. On the other way, though, Cody Rhodes gets the belt, a bloody belt, as much, whipping Roman like shit, like worse than ever before, and agony and pain with Roman Reigns. Then, probably instead of the belt, a chair. Gets a chair and knocks Roman on the back like Seth did. Or maybe Seth Rollins comes out again from the spear, gets a chair, hits Roman in the back like when he backstabbed the Shield. Looks at Cody, slams the chair down and just leaves the ring. And you wouldn't wear all its... And then Cody Rhodes gets the crossroads, like the double or triple crossroads, and gets the pin. And you have a new champion. But there's music that hits. And while Seth Rollins is going up the ramp, Damian Priest comes out, running out, and then Seth's looking shocked, saying, no, but there's nothing he can do. Like so. Seth tries to get back into the ring to save Cody, and he gets attacked. He gets attacked like so by Drew McIntyre, maybe. Like so. Because obviously Drew's not letting go of his loss, And then Damian Priest cashes in on a battered and bloody Cody Rhodes that could barely stand. Damian Priest does his finisher. I forgot what you call it, but he does his finisher. 1, 2, 3. We have a new champion. And it's Damian Priest. Bloodline looks up, looks shocked, looks stunned. Everybody sees. And then you just see Damian Priest doing the heist of the century, and you see the Seth Rollins look because he did the heist of the century, and then Cody Rhodes coming around, realizing what the hell's just happened, and there you have a new champion. Damian Priest goes to SmackDown because there's been too much going on with the Judgment Day, and this is how the separation is going to go about. Like so, and then maybe Finn Balor goes for tries for Damian Priest in the rivalry. Why Cody Rhodes gets obsessive on why he lost and then starts blaming everybody else. And then all of a sudden, Naomi comes out, actually does a decent promo with Cody Rhodes and said, I'm the one that screwed you over. And then all of a sudden Jimmy comes out, and then we're going to have a rivalry with them, and that will be the end of Cody Rhodes' storyline, and then it'll be next generation stuff, and then Cody's going to try and get back on that road, but he can't anymore. He can't anymore. But he's the biggest babyface there is. John Cena kind of went with this route, if I recall. You know, like so. And then there's going to be some rivalries with Damian Priest, and then we go from there. I don't think Damian Priest should go for the World Heavyweight Championship. It's too predictable. That is too predictable to me, and a bit lame because he's tried so hard, and I think the unpredictable needs to happen. But it's WWE, you know, they like the predictable. But with the new owner and everything, they probably want the title off Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns will probably, you know, it's been 3 to nearly 4 fucking years. You know, he's probably wanting to do different things. Maybe movies or anything like that. You know, or just retire. Because Roman Reigns actually, was it just me, or did he actually look old? I think he looked really, like, aging himself. Do you know what I mean? So, that's my predictions. What do you guys think? I don't think Cody Rhodes is going to be champion. I don't think he's going to be champion, but I think he's going to win and maybe lose the title or something like that, you know. So yeah, guys, so what do you think, guys? Like I said, put down in the comments below, and I really think it's gonna be a one to actually end the story of everything, not just Cody's, but everything, and it's all gonna end with a big twist. Let me know in the comments below.